provide all them information to you.
Well, let me ask you this. What I want you to talk to her. What if she told me that you beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that?
Okay,
as...
but don't you know?
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
Have you just talking to her though?
Yes.
With the information that she gave you, can she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from here.
Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as fact?
All I'm just saying is I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
If my mind gets ruined, my life is ruined, because then you can't think, you can't do things, you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life. It's like literally everything is the quality of your ability to think. And I knew that I was putting that in jeopardy.
Victim's identity will not be released in accordance with Marcy's law. On October 29, 2025, at approximately 2:15 p.m., the victim entered the Miami Gardens Police Department accompanied by her attorney to report an incident.
Joe Rogan said the leaked arrest body cam footage is very shocking to see. He believes that after his release, Gervonta Davis needs to focus on improving himself, building stronger discipline, and getting his mindset in the right place.
Overcome all those feelings of weakness that are inside of you.
Yeah, and it acts as like a forcing mechanism for discipline.
Yeah.
Tank Davis gets into a police situation after the victim presses charges, putting the incident under attention from the police, the media, and the public.
What do you mean, what do I mean?
I had somebody that I was a driver. They would take my way.
Get him over here then. If you're gonna kick someone out of your house,
Sir, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
I don't have to. I'm sorry. I don't have to do what?
Bravo, 17 miles.
You put your hands on her?
No, I did not. Of course, she gonna tell you if she. Okay,
did?
well,
I'm
why
just
did you
asking
ask
you.
that? Why did you ask
Because that's
that?
my job.
Joe Rogan explains that Gervonta Davis should turn his attention towards something he genuinely loves and feels excited by, as it appears that Tank has lost his true passion for boxing.
Finding a pursuit or a passion or something you truly love that's engaging and challenging, that is exciting for you, and it advances you as a person. And the lessons that you learn in pursuing that thing, you apply to everything in your life.
Everything in life, man.
Yeah.
Miami Gardens police said they are actively searching for Gervonta Davis and are working together with the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. The case involves serious allegations, including false imprisonment, battery, and attempted kidnapping related to his ex-girlfriend.
By her attorney to report an incident that occurred on October 27, 2025. According to the victim's statement, at approximately 4:15 a.m. while working, the victim was approached by Mr. Davis. The victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other. He forcefully escorted her down a stairway and toward the parking garage while maintaining his grip on the back of her head. Upon reaching the parking garage, the victim reported that Mr. Davis released her, at which point she was able to run towards her co-workers for safety. The victim further reported that she has known Mr. Davis since 2022, and they were previously involved in an intimate relationship for approximately 5 months, which ended about a month prior to the incident. Lead detective Gary Florencio obtained and reviewed video surveillance footage that corroborates key elements of the victim's statement. As a result of the diligent and hard work of our Special Victims Unit, an arrest warrant has been issued for Gervonta Bryant Davis on the following charges: battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. The investigation determined that Mr. Davis used force to restrain and attempt to remove the victim from the location against her will. At this time, the Miami Gardens Police Department is actively working with the United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate.
A user named Hassan Onks shared a post claiming that police have video evidence showing Gervonta Davis assaulting his ex-girlfriend and that they are seeking to arrest him. According to reports, authorities are reviewing the footage and continuing their investigation while actively searching for Davis as they move forward with the case.
Wanted by Miami Gardens police. Davis is accused of attacking a woman who works at a gentleman's club back in October. She says he left her battered and bruised. Police are not releasing the name of the woman or the club. They did say the pair had dated in the past. Now, there is a warrant out for his arrest.
The victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other.
Last month, 3 months before this incident, he was accused of assaulting the mother of his children in an episode that allegedly happened on Father's Day. Several previous charges were dropped when the alleged victims, though.
IFN Boxing reported on X that an arrest warrant has been issued for WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis. According to ESPN, the warrant is connected to an alleged domestic violence incident that reportedly took place in October. The listed charges include false imprisonment battery and attempted kidnapping. Miami Gardens police have confirmed that they're working alongside the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force to find Davis, and the search for him is ongoing. Commentators say the situation involving Gervonta "Tank" Davis has quickly become serious and is moving fast, with major legal consequences. Law enforcement sources and court records state that the arrest warrant is tied to an alleged incident that occurred in October in Miami Gardens, Florida. Investigators claim the event happened at a gentleman's club where the alleged victim was employed. The charges named in the warrant include battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping, which analysts stress are very serious accusations. Legal experts also note that Davis has not turned himself in, a factor that appears to have influenced how authorities are handling the case. Analysts explain that this is why Miami Gardens police confirmed they are now working with the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate him. They point out that this step is not routine and is usually taken when law enforcement believes a suspect may be hard to find or is avoiding contact, signaling a more aggressive stage of the investigation.
Also known as Tank. The victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other. He forcefully escorted her down a stairway and toward the parking garage while maintaining his grip on the back of her head. The victim further reported they were previously involved in an intimate relationship for approximately 5 months. Lead detective Gary Florencio obtained and reviewed video surveillance footage that corroborates key elements of the victim's statement. As a result of the diligent and hard work of our Special Victims Unit, an arrest warrant has been issued for Gervonta Bryant Davis on the following charges: battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. The investigation determined that Mr. Davis used force to restrain and attempt to remove the victim from the location against her will. The Miami Gardens Police Department is actively working with the United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate and apprehend Mr. Davis.
What's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV. And let's get straight into it, because this is a serious and developing situation involving Gervonta Davis. So what exactly happened? According to law enforcement and court documentation, an arrest warrant has been issued for Gervonta Davis stemming from an alleged domestic violence incident that reportedly took place back in October in Miami Gardens, Florida. Police say the incident occurred at a gentleman's club where the alleged victim worked. The charges listed on the warrant are battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. As of now, authorities say that Gervonta has not turned himself in, which is a critical detail in how this case has unfolded. And this is where things change. Miami Gardens police confirmed they are working now with the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate and arrest Gervonta Davis. This doesn't just happen automatically. When someone has an active warrant and law enforcement believes they may be difficult to locate, avoiding contact, or capable of crossing jurisdictions, U.S. Marshals are often brought in. For you guys wondering, what exactly do the U.S. Marshals do? I got you. They are the oldest federal law enforcement agency in the country, operating under the Department of Justice, and they specialize in the following: tracking and arresting fugitives, assisting with high-profile warrants, running joint task forces with local police, protecting federal court.
Reports describe a strong police presence at the scene, with officers stationed on the steps and media crews nearby, showing how serious the situation is. According to the victim's statement, the incident happened at about 4:15 a.m. while she was working, when she was approached by Gervonta Davis. She alleged that Davis grabbed her by the back of the head and throat and forcefully led her down a staircase toward a parking garage. She said that once they reached the garage, she was released and was able to run to her co-workers to find safety. The victim also stated that she had known Davis since 2022 and that they had previously been in an intimate relationship that lasted around 5 months, ending about a month before the incident. Authorities confirmed that lead detective Gary Florencio reviewed surveillance footage that reportedly supports key parts of the victim's account. Detail investigators consider important.
Press conference, they got like DAs on the step, because I'm telling you, because you guys can't see it, right? They got police officers on the step, I'm assuming media, and because I hear people taking pictures and things like that, so paparazzi, just to announce this, which we'll get into.
According to the victim's statement, at approximately 4:15 a.m. while working, the victim was approached by Mr. Davis. The victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other. He forcefully escorted her down a stairway and toward the parking garage while maintaining his grip on the back of her head. Upon reaching the parking garage, the victim reported that Mr. Davis released her, at which point she was able to run towards her co-workers for safety. The victim further reported that she has known Mr. Davis since 2022, and they were previously involved in an intimate relationship for approximately 5 months, which ended about a month prior to the incident. Lead detective Gary Florencio obtained and reviewed video surveillance footage that corroborates key elements of the victim's statement.
Oh, so they got footage, I guess, some footage from the club. That's not good.
Florencio obtained and reviewed video surveillance footage that corroborates key elements of the victim's statement. As a result of the diligent and hard work of our Special Victims Unit, an arrest warrant has been issued for Gervonta Bryant Davis on the following charges: battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. The investigation determined that Mr. Davis used force to restrain and attempt to remove the victim from the location against her will. At this time, the Miami Gardens Police Department is actively working with the United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate and apprehend Mr. Davis. We are here.
Bro, what is going on? Like I'm gonna be real. On my channel, I keep it G. And in no way, shape, form, or fashion do I agree with assault or battery or these heinous type of charges. I have never condoned a man touching a woman.
Sean Porter talked about what a comeback for Gervonta Davis might look like and noted that some matchups no longer make sense. He suggested that if Davis returned around the summer, a rematch with Lamont Roach is unlikely, especially after Roach's draw with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Porter also pointed out that fighters often use inconsistent reasoning when discussing opponents, praising a win one moment and then claiming styles make fights the next, but he doesn't think those arguments hold up. He believes Davis should instead go after the winner of Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson at 140 pounds. Porter stressed that size shouldn't be an excuse since Davis has fought at that weight before. He added that even if Davis returns and loses to elite fighters, stepping up to face top competition would still earn him respect.
If we're to come back 2020, who knows, man, June, summertime, what you looking at Lamont Roach? Like what are you looking at? What are you looking at?
I don't think he's going to fight him again.
Yeah.
Especially after the draw with Pitbull.
Yeah.
So I think that's like he can use that as an excuse, like, he can't even beat the guy that I beat, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. The same thing, boxers kill me, because they'll say, on one hand, they'll say, he couldn't beat him and I beat him, and then they'll say, styles make fights. You know what I mean? It's all BS.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he's going to fight Lamont Roach. I think that he should be fighting the winner of Teofimo and Shakur. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. At 140.
I think he has no excuse to not fight Shakur at 140 because of the size. I think he don't want to fight. I mean, he shouldn't have an excuse to fight Teo either. You went up to 140 years ago to fight Mario Barrios. So
what do you say about his legacy though? Like, let's say he does come back and it's Shakur or it's Teo, and let's say he possibly loses. Do you give him love for stepping up and getting in the ring with those guys, especially if he continue to move on and fight other guys at 140, big names at 140? Or do you say, hey, you were gone, trouble, you came back, you weren't who you used to be, how do you look at the legacy if he come back against one of those guys? Those guys been active. He had
supporters of Gervonta Davis know he's going through one of the toughest times in his career. As a top-level athlete, he not only has to stay at his best in the ring, but he also faces constant public scrutiny and personal responsibilities. Every fight, interview, and social media post is closely watched by fans and critics, leaving little room for error. Outside the ring, Davis has to manage his reputation, maintain relationships, and handle unexpected legal and professional challenges. A mix of athletic pressure, public expectations, and personal issues makes his life extremely stressful. Fans who continue to support him understand that success in boxing carries huge responsibility. They see the mental and emotional strength it takes to stay focused under constant pressure, and their support gives him stability during these challenging times.
Hey, you better have that same energy when you get into that ring for this rematch with Lamont, because I'm getting so tired of hearing about these DV charges you keep catching. So apparently Gervonta Davis has been arrested for another DV case. I think this is about his third or fourth one now, probably more than that. To to be honest, this don't really shock me. Because y'all remember when he was dating Ari and they had got into a real bad and he pulled her wig off in the middle of the street, right? That incident was all over the internet. And fast forward, there was another incident that happened back in 2022 with another baby mama, where she claims that she was in the car and things got really rough between them and she made a frantic call to 911, which she should not have made, she claims. And also said that Gervonta did not hurt her or her daughter. So why did you call the police? It's giving, I'm not mad no more, and at the end of the day, that's my baby daddy. So let me go ahead and scrap this up, clear up this rumor so nothing else goes any further with this. I really don't understand what be going on with men putting their hands on people. It's like, even if you want to give Gervonta the benefit of the doubt and say that he's innocent, when you got track record of 4 or 5 DV cases, all proven guilty, bro, it gets to a point. Don't you blow off enough steam in the ring? And this is really disappointing for Gervonta, because it's like, do you want to throw away your career? You're literally #1 right now. You've been #1. You probably will stay #1 as long as you keep doing what you're doing. As many people as he done fought, it seemed like Lamont Roach was his only real competition. He match on the way, by the way. Really big fight. He got to be there for that. I don't know what he's going through, and maybe it's just me, but I do feel like ever since that fight with Lamont Roach, he been off lately. He ain't been on social media as much. Now he going back to his ways like this. Somebody need to go check on that man. Y'all know what they say about boxers.
This isn't the first time Gervonta Davis has faced legal trouble, and many believe he needs to make serious changes to improve his decision-making. While his career is filled with remarkable achievements in the ring, it has often been overshadowed by controversies that attract attention from the public and media. This latest incident is another reminder of the challenges he faces outside of boxing. Observers have pointed to a notable episode in 2022, just before a highly anticipated fight with Ryan Garcia. At that time, Davis was preparing for one of the biggest matches of his career, but sudden legal issues shifted focus away from the fight. Fans and analysts were reminded that personal choices can directly affect a professional career, no matter how talented a fighter is. Many now argue that if Davis wants to fully reach his potential and protect his legacy, he must focus on making better personal decisions and avoid repeating the same controversies in the future.
I don't know any of the details. This is the information that is available to us as of this recording. So again, I'm saying unfortunate news because Tank Davis is scheduled to fight, and he's scheduled to fight in 11 days, and it's almost midnight my time, Pacific Standard Time. So that means really 10 days. Does this affect in any way? Will this affect Tank Davis and his fight? You know, I don't know. I don't know all the details, but we've seen stuff like this happen before in the past. And since it's so fresh, today being December 27th, I don't think it will impact or, you know, postpone his fight or anything like that, because it'll be too quick to go to trial or anything like that. However, some would wonder, could this affect him mentally, right? You left Mayweather Promotions, you're your own boss, doing your own thing. So this is your first foray into that. You have a difficult Olympian in terms of Hector Luis Garcia that you're getting ready to fight, a little bit taller and bigger than you. And, you know, now you have something in the background. This, I can't say it's news to Gervonta Davis in terms of him having little run-ins, because he had a run-in with some type of vehicular hit and run or whatever the situation is. So he's had court cases before. We'll see how it all plays out. Again, I don't really have any additional details. Hopefully it doesn't affect the fight, and this is situated and the details come out in due course. You know, I don't really have nothing else to say other than that. Just want to give you guys the latest news, but Gervonta Davis.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates. See you next time.